Ladies and gentlemen, this financial crisis, as is pointed out to you already by Jim, has wiped out $2 trillion of people's retirement funds, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Florida is the second in the nation in home foreclosures. Barack Obama has said it's not enough just to get out of this economic crisis. We need a wholesale fundamental change in our economic philosophy, because that's what got us here, his philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Barack and I understand the way to rebuild this economy is to strengthen the middle class. That's why in this housing crisis, we're going to make it easier. In this housing crisis, we're going to make it easier for people to keep their homes by changing the bankruptcy laws and allowing judges not only reduce the amount of the payment, but the total amount of money owed on the mortgage. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why all of our plans, from infrastructure to energy to education to tax cuts to health care, focus on one thing: jobs, 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 jobs. It's about jobs, creating jobs, keeping jobs in America, not sending them overseas, making sure people have the skills to have great jobs, allowing you to keep your health care, through your job, through your employment. Look, here's how we're going to do that. First, we're going to give hard-pressed families a tax break. Barack and I will give real, meaningful tax cuts to 95% of all Americans who draw a paycheck. That is irrefutable. That is a fact. 95% of all the people who draw a paycheck. And why? Beyond it being fair, tax cuts will give you a little extra money, help you fill up the tank, heat or cool your home. Ladies and gentlemen, look, John McCain is proposing hundreds of billions of dollars in new tax breaks for big corporations and the wealthiest. They're already going to get this year, the wealthiest among us, $135 billion additional tax cut this year. John wants to add on top of that, literally. This is not, these facts cannot be refuted. It's his program. He wants to add on top of that another $300 billion in tax cuts. Folks, even if it was fair, where is he going to get the money? How are we going to do this? Ladies and gentlemen, his tax plan, as Barack pointed out last night, would give the Fortune 500 CEOs on average a $700,000 tax cut apiece. But his tax plan literally, not figuratively, leaves out 100 million middle-class taxpayers. Ladies and gentlemen, instead of giving more tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas, as John McCain proposes, we're going to take those tax breaks that they're given now, and we're going to create jobs here in the United States by keeping the companies here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to rebuild America. We're going to make an investment in the crumbling roads and schools and infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to invest $60 billion over the next 10 years, which will create 2 million new jobs, average income close to $50,000 a year. Ladies and gentlemen, right here in Florida, it's estimated that Florida would gain an additional 120,000 jobs right here in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, thirdly, we're going to get serious about energy that's made in America, energy made in America. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this addiction to oil, and we're going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. It will strengthen our national security, protect our environment, and get our economy moving again by creating new high-paying jobs. 5 million new high-paying jobs. How are we going to do that? How are we going to do that? We're going to make a solid investment. We're going to invest $15 billion. $15 billion a year over the next 10 years. We're going to invest in renewable sources of energy like wind and solar, creating 5 million new jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, fourth, Fourth, we're going to cut health care costs for families and businesses as well, and provide affordable, accessible health insurance for every single American. John McCain has an unusual proposal. John McCain, let me try to be completely fair about this. John McCain has proposed taxing your health care benefits, the one you get from your employers, just like they tax income. So if they value your health care, which the average value is $12,000, and you're making $50,000, you'll pay taxes on $62,000 instead of pay taxes on $50,000. Now, we'll be doing this for the first time in history. Now, let me tell you how this is going to happen. It's going to, once that occurs, it's going to cause your employers, it's estimated by studies, it's going to cause 20 million people employed today who now have health care to get dropped from their employer's health care policy. Because employers, it's going to make it more expensive for them. And the estimates are 20 million people will be dropped because it costs too much money for your business to continue to provide health care. Now, it's another way of saying what is the constant thing about this Republican ownership society. It's another way of saying you're on your own. You're on your own now. No, they don't deny this. They don't deny the two facts I've just stated. Here's what they said. Here is their response as to why, notwithstanding that, this is a good idea, Congresswoman. You've forgotten more about this than I know, but here's what they're saying. They're going to say, we're going to make it up to y'all, and here's how we're going to do it. If you're a family, husband and wife, we're going to give you a $5,000 tax credit that their website says goes straight to the insurance company, but a $5,000 tax credit to let you go out and buy your own health care. Now look, let me ask you.
Some sharp words early on in his speech for